We're just coming up to the Playa Martianez, the Martianez beach on the eastern side of Puerto Cruz, to do a short walk which basically just takes us up the road and up the headland to the right, past the Semiramis Hotel, to an intersection where we can cross the road using an underpass rather than risking running across it, and then come back down through the settlement of La Paz, which is way up on the top there. It's a lovely day, quite hazy. We can just about see the ridge ahead of us, and no doubt, as this is a popular surfing beach, there'll be a few people out there surfing. More than a few, there's quite a number out there. So great place to come surfing, or just to watch the surfers, or indeed just to sit on the beach. This is the place to come. We're at the far end of the Martianez beach now. Let's just have a look over the wall here, see what we can see. Waves crashing in. Lovely blue sea. And all this part of Puerto Cruz is post World War II. There was really nothing much here at all before the start of the 50s. And of course the development of package tourism to bring people here in their tens of thousands. We're heading up beyond the beach on this very nice paved area up towards the tunnel, which unusually has holes in it, you might say, or viewpoints, whatever, I don't know. It's like a Swiss cheese really. And it also has a footpath which runs on the outside of the tunnel. So it's a very safe place to walk by a busy road. Not all my walks by any means would be by a road like this, but this one isn't too bad. So let's just take a moment to look this way at the full extent of the Martianez beach. Much stonier just at this end, so most of the people are on the sand at the far end over there. A good breakwater to keep the worst of the heavy waves away. And strangely, the waves change direction because they come in straight towards the breakwater and then turn through maybe 60 degrees to come into the beach. So having looked at that, we're heading up towards the tunnel. As you can see now, we don't have to walk in the tunnel exactly. We will get a good view in through the portholes, and the reason for the tunnel is quite obvious when you look and see the sheer cliff above here. There are occasional rockfalls along this stretch of road. It has been known to be closed, maybe, I don't know, once every 3 or 4 years, something like that, due to a rockfall, but it's pretty safe for us. And as you can see, right the way through the tunnel, you get a lot of light inside there and the view out, which makes it a little bit more pleasant for the vehicles using this facility. We've just left the tunnel now, and looming up on the right is the best Semiramis Hotel, which has a little secret off to the left here, because down below us is something that some people call the secret pool, or the lost pool, which I'm guessing was once part of the Semiramis Hotel. Indeed it probably still is, but it's no longer in use by the hotel, perhaps because it's considered a little bit too dangerous these days. But we can take a little detour and access it, because this gate is open, and we just head down these steps, and pretty soon we'll be down at that pool. At the bottom of the steps you have this rather strange corridor, which I believe leads to an elevator. In fact, I think that was it I just heard coming into action there. We can just step over a low barrier and go down these steps. Probably at one time a lot of people were coming down here to swim. Indeed, I know of one cafe manager who remembers swimming in this pool in his childhood, but as you can see it's a little bit overgrown now coming down here. Wouldn't take a great deal to put this back into some sort of decent order, but it's a bit worse when we get down to the bottom, so perhaps that's why it's not going to happen. So there we go, and we come out into the sunshine again just above the pool, which looks lovely. But as you can see, although the stanchions are there, the rails are long gone, or the rope, whatever, was keeping people safe within it. So it's perhaps not somewhere you want to venture out onto now. We've left the hidden pool now and the Semiramis Hotel, just walking up the gentle slope, really enjoying the views over to the left here of the waves crashing in onto the rocks below La Paz. Sea colour looking absolutely spectacular in this lovely sunshine, and of course the brown volcanic rock showing up as a real contrast. Let's just look back and see the Martianez beach that we've left behind and the road that we've come up, but we're heading this way on up, really not much further than the bend in the road that you can see there. We can already see the high level footpath a little bit in the distance that we'll be taking back, so we've not got too much further to go now out of Puerto before we start our return journey. We're just coming up to the point where we leave the road, just drop down slightly and take the underpass through onto the other side and the La Paz footpath. But as we do, we have a panoramic view of the Orotava Valley with Santa Ursula slightly over to the left there. Straight ahead, high up, Pino Alto, and then further down La Florida, looking really, really hazy over the other side there. So this is in fact the end of this footpath. It doesn't continue on in that direction to our left towards the beach called El Boyullo. So there's a longer walk to be done if anyone wants to go all that way, but today, because we've got just a limited time, we turn right to the underpass. There is a little pavement section, or even road section if this is a growth getting away from the pavement, but it's very quiet up here. We're in the urbanisation of La Paz here, very popular with expatriate residents on Tenerife. The very big German community here, and it's lovely. It's just a little bit far if you want to enjoy all the life in the town centre. You've got a goodly stretch of the legs, particularly coming up all those steps I talked about. We've just passed behind the best Semiramis Hotel, which we saw looming over us on the lower footpath. So we've left the road just there, and we're joining what is in fact pretty much a brand new, or at least a relaid footpath running along the top of the cliff way above the road that we saw. In fact, we walked along just a few minutes ago. So we can look back now and see the Martianez beach and the Lido designed by Cesar Manrique, very, very popular feature in the town of Puerto de la Cruz. There way below us now is the secret pool, and we can see the steps that we went down. Sea boiling all around it, looking really fantastic. hopefully you can see just here what I was meaning about the waves changing direction, because you can see them coming in from the ocean proper, and then once they get behind the mole there, or the groin, then they're at virtually 90 degrees to the main set of waves coming in, which is I don't quite know why that should be, apart from just the water swirling around the groin maybe, but it certainly helps the surfers because it protects them a little bit from the full force of the Atlantic waves. It still gives them plenty to cope with when they're, particularly when they're learning to surf. And just beyond the beach there, you can see the main pool in the Lido, which looks absolutely stunning today with its sort of turquoisey blue colour. We're just coming up to the start of the steps now. I don't know how many there are, but there'll be well over 100, so it's definitely nicer going down than coming up. Beautifully landscaped area of La Paz this. Beautiful private houses on this side. Another hotel on the other side here. A few cafeterias and bars on these steps as well. There's one that does a fantastic tapas, really good value for money. And over in the distance there we can see I call it the Casino Hotel, or the Tower Hotel. Basically it's high up on the little mound there, and it's one of the oldest hotels in Puerto de la Cruz, and is getting a refurb, which is a good thing. So it's been out of use I think for a number of years, but it's going to come back into use and be a really nice additional feature in the town. So beautiful steps going down, but a long pull up if you're coming up from the town. Say if you live in La Paz, or you're staying in La Paz and you go into the town for a few beers, you've got quite a flight of steps to negotiate to get back. We're still on the steps, slightly different character now. As we drop down, we're going past the El Tope Hotel. Just here on the left. And these steps will take us basically all the way down to Martianez, where we started our walk. So I think there's a good view just across there, over the shopping centre to the other hotels in Martianez.
Espérate, que ahora te llamo, que me está llamando mi padre.
Still negotiating these steps, and probably this is a good time to say, well, I hope you enjoyed this walk across Martianez and La Paz to the secret pool and beyond, and I'll see you on the next one.